Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for yielding time to me. For the past 25 and a half years, I have made protection and preservation of water a primary focus of my time in Congress. In the arid West, where annual droughts have become an unfortunate consequence of warming climate, I have worked to make our communities more resilient to climate change, such as ensuring my communities are prepared for their current and future water needs. I have worked with local officials to promote the conservation, recycling, and reuse of every drop of water available. Knowing of these ongoing challenges that may soon face every community in the United States, I grow frustrated with the heated and often misguided rhetoric on the scope of waters protected by the Clean Water Act. In my view, we get lost on questions of who is best suited to protect our water resources, rather than thinking about the importance of rivers, streams, lakes, and wetlands for current and future needs. Mr. Chairman, clean water was not always a partisan issue, and no issue has more support among American families than the protection of the nation's waters. Yet, in recent years, this issue of comprehensive Clean Water Act protections has become so politicized that it may become increasingly difficult to find any commonalities. For this, I cite the example. This issue is prominently highlighted in the Extreme Project 2025 Manifesto. It has been the focus of two failed Congressional Review Act efforts to overturn vital clean water protections, and recently, decades-old water protections have fallen to a Supreme Court that time and again substitutes its own conservative philosophies for the established legal precedent or clear statements of our congressional intent. In the aftermath, we're left with a nation less prepared to protect its precious water resources and less capable of ensuring long-term health and resiliency of our communities, our neighbors, and our future generations. History has shown that current state-by-state approach to protecting rivers, streams, and wetlands is likely to fail, as it did before the enactment of Clean Water Act. Without minimum levels of protection, states will negatively be impacted by pollution from upstream sources if neighboring states choose not to put the same priority on protecting water resources. Without minimum levels of protections, farmers, business, and communities may no longer rely on sufficient, safe, and sustainable water supplies of water to meet our quality of life needs, our economic and agricultural needs, and our day-to-day survival, especially in arid regions of the West. Without minimum levels of protection, American families may be forced to pay more for safe and reliable resources of water for their homes if such resources even remain available. Without minimum standards of protection, businesses will face different requirements and standards in every state or community, likely increasing complexity and cost of doing business, will again result in higher prices for American families. Mr. Chairman, my remaining time in Congress, I remain committed to protecting clean water for more people, not less. I believe the Supreme Court purposely chose to substitute its own philosophy over decades-old legally grounded efforts to protect water quality. That's why I joined the ranking members, Len Larson, Congressman Beyer, and Congresswoman Stansberry in introducing Clean Water Act of 2023. I believe this bill will restore the minimum levels of protection struck down by the conservative court, but can put back into place predictable federal-state partnership which protects our rivers, streams, and wetlands for over 5 decades, all while providing predictability and certainty to American businesses. To me, the answer is clear. We should recognize the familiarity and workability of the historic Clean Water Act and get on with the preservation of the health of our economy, as well as that of our communities, of our environment, and our water-dependent futures. Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlelady yields back. I now recognize